How's it going? It's 11:55, and frankly, I have spent the last 7 hours sorting up bulk cards of One Piece TCG. Went to one of my local game stores. Apparently, they were going to throw out a bunch of the bulk, so I decided I'll take it if you're just going to throw it out. And I have spent the last 7-ish hours. Actually, probably longer than that. I started sorting it at around 2 in the afternoon. Decided to get lunch, then sit down and start sorting bulk cardboard. And by around 8:45 p.m., I finished and said, wow, I have been doing this for a long time. And then, well, now that it's all sorted, let's put it all into boxes. And it's almost 9:30 at this point. It's all on my shelf. It's all sorted. It's right over there on the side, right off camera. But man, does this take a while. So, for a lot of my friends, if you're watching this, come by, free fly. If you have a need, some cards, take it. Take some of my stuff. I have so much bulk now. It's like OP 01 all the way through OP 11. Anywho, let's get the music going. Let's get in the mood for some reading. There we go. And is my mic recording? Okay, that's being captured. Good. Alright. That's enough of an intro, I guess. Oh, it's been a week. I'm recording this at 11:58 p.m. on the 30th of June, 6:30, 11:58 p.m. But hey, what else could I couldn't think of a better way to spend my Monday than sorting cardboard. Maybe I should open up a card store. Maybe I should start picking up what was it? TCG Store Simulator or whatever it is. That could be a fun stream we could do in the future. But anyway, we're not doing this live for once because I can't be bothered. I'm too tired. I don't want to set it up. I don't want to stay long, so we're just going to try to speed through this. We've already been going for 3 minutes. So let's start with page 1. It's chapter 1153, The Birth of Loki, which means we ended on the Herald flashback last time, meaning we're probably going to speed around from 109 years into the past to 63 or 68 or however old Loki is into the past. But we have a cover story, and it looks like my predictions are more or less correct. We're going to be in Ringo, because I see Ringo in the cover story panel. It's time for Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 37, Daimyo of Ringo, Kikonojo, and Boss Ocho. So hey, that's Boss Ocho in the foreground. I thought they looked familiar. They looked like one of the, what was it, the Yokozuna? Not the Yokozuna, what do they call the mafia that runs things? The people that work directly under Boss Yogoro. I completely forgot their title. It's been so long. They were superfluous, nothing burger characters that didn't need to be written into the story, and frankly are just extra named characters to be extra named characters. And frankly, I don't really feel the need to go more into depth than that. It wouldn't be a weekly read of the Elbaph arc if it wasn't for me complaining about the Wano arc for about 2 minutes. Anywho, we have Yamato, arms flailing up, as Okiku lunges out for a hug. So that's going to be a meeting. I don't see page 1 on page 1. Failure, 0 out of 10. No page 1 on page 1. If we're going to put page 1 in these cover stories, he better be on every page 1. And now that we are already meeting up with the daimyo of Ringo, all that's left is maybe we visit a grave or two, and then we start to leave. And then back to the Flower Capital. So we probably got like 3 to 5 chapters of this cover story left. Assuming we don't leave the Flower Capital to make our way out of Wano. But, hey, we got to have Yamato explore all of Wano for the most part. In fact, it started on Onigashima sinking at the bottom, I guess, so maybe we'll end with a visit to where Onigashima used to be, who knows? It was effectively Yamato's original home. 07 for Onigashima. The great bran muffin that was once in the sky. If you get that reference, you are very deeply entrenched in the community. Alright. Let's just get into page 2. Oh. A lot of dark paneling here. That's right, we're still in the flashback. Prince Harold of Elbaph lived his rather unhinged childhood years alongside Dorian Broggy. Oh wow, Dorian Broggy looked very young here. They would have only been about 109 years ago. Oh, actually, this is a flashback even smaller, so even younger. Harold looks even younger than he did in the last chapter. So this is Harold reminiscing about his childhood, with flashback within a flashback. The children Dorian Broggy look cute. They look like chubby little monsters. Thanks to his innate size and strength, gifts from his ancient giant blood, as well as his noble status, he developed an inflated sense of self, and no one could stop him from growing into a royal pain. Everyone outside of Elbaph is so tiny and pitiful and boring, he says as he picks his nose. Oh, did he just hit a bird by flicking it with his booger? Don't you agree? Of course, Your Majesty. You're exactly right. Bunt Kingdom in the New World. Ooh, it's like a bunt cake. I wonder if this is what would eventually become part of Topland. Come one, come all, marvel at the 10-meter woman. Feel the earth tremble as she walks. The 10-meter woman? Cover your ears when she barks. Thunder, a rare giant from the exotic land of Elbaph. Feast your eyes on Ida. Okay, so this is probably who we're setting up to be Loki's mother, I'm guessing? A 10-meter woman? So she's like 40 feet tall? I mean, I guess it's impressive by standards of someone, a 5'7" guy over here. They let me round it up to 5'8" on my DMV card. Rar. Step away from the cage if you don't want to be hurt. Bunch of citizens freaking out. So she's like a freak show at a circus. Sure, she's exotic, I guess. I don't know how many giants you would encounter outside of Elbaph. Supposedly there are tribes that live outside of Elbaph that we learned from Saul. And then there's, like, whatever Little Ors Jr.'s parentage is. I have no clue where they're from. Turning a giant into a sick sideshow. They've got some nerve. Looks like Harold's upset. As he should be. Imagine if in the modern day, we just plucked somebody from, I don't know, let's say one of the Pacific Islands, put him in a cage and said, look, it's the man from, I don't know, the Marshall Islands man. It wouldn't people get disgusted by this? Have we evolved beyond this as a society yet? I would hope that we have. But part of me has lost faith in humanity and thinks that we might still do this. Granted, ICE is constantly raiding the state that I live in right now. It's pissing everybody off, myself included. But I'm going to try to keep that out of this. But if you want to hear me talk about it and complain about it, I will probably yap about it in the Discord. I usually talk politics and talk shop when I'm not being recorded. But I'm not above it. I was at one point a poli-sci major. I love politics. It's a fun topic, and it's one of my favorite things to yap about. But this is a One Piece recording, so let's get into pages 4 and 5. Bara ha ha ha. Okay. That's that was established in the previous chapter as Harold's laugh. They thought that Elbaph was a joke. Well, who's laughing now? Okay, who are you? No need to thank me, I'm King of Elbaph. I won't stand to see my homeland disrespected like that. And she smacks him in the face. Your Majesty, King Harold. The reaction shot of him after he got smacked. And the reaction shot of everyone reacting to him getting smacked. Oh, that's hilarious. That's an immortalized panel. I might crop that panel out to use in the thumbnail for this video. Turn the ship around. I need to apologize. So many people were hurt back there. Oh, wait. Is this going to turn out to be Harudin's mom instead? Are you insane? You care about that kingdom of tiny humans? Do I have to hit you again, King Harold? They saved my life when I washed up on their shore and gave me a job to do. They were kind enough to help me make a living until I was fully healed. What do you mean, tiny humans? Just because you happen to be born huge and coincidentally strong and brutish, you actually think that makes you better than humans? How can you be so arrogant? It's pathetic. This is why everyone thinks that all giants are barbaric and brutish. as barbaric and brutish as Elbaph. It is called Warland, apparently. But yas, queen, keep slay. I love this one. She's great. What was her name? Ida? Yeah, Ida. I love Ida. But hey, this is going to be some much needed growth for Harold as a character. Alrighty, I guess we're going to move on to pages 6 and 7 already, I think. Yep, 6 and 7. This is probably some of the most organized the paneling has been in a long time. Just because I was born huge. Look, he's all sulking now. In the corner. Okay, she looks like she's helping them rebuild the destruction that Harold caused. Should we just set sail, King Harold? Why are you just spacing out, huh? Go and help her, you ninnies. That town is tiny as a model. It's easy work. Yes, Your Majesty. Alright, time for the Giants to start fixing things. Man. Their method of construction is completely different from ours. We should tell everyone about it when we return to Elbaph. I want to bring home some of their spices. I've never tasted flavors like these before. Notice how hardy their fabric is? And yet it's so fine. These humans are more skilled than we realized. Oh, he's got some kids sitting on his arm. Well, hello there, little guy. Alright. You have to see things from their level, Harold. Nothing in the world is meant to be destroyed. I could stand by that logic. Ida is slowly becoming, or should I say, quickly becoming, my favorite character. She's gonna die horribly by the end of this flashback, isn't she? I just remembered we're in a flashback. People can die in flashbacks. Pages 8 and 9 time. I was born on... how do you pronounce that? Samwanai in the South Blue. After some twists and turns, my life's path brought me here. So you crossed the Serpent of Blood. I guess we still... long-standing theory that was brought up back in Little Garden. Serpent of Blood, I guess this is, again, getting some pseudo-confirmation that the Serpent of Blood is the red line. And the next bubble, of course, as soon as I stop reading. You mean the red line? Well, yes. Which is why I can't go back home. And come to Elbaph. We're not as barbaric as you say. Oh, maybe I was mistaken about you, too. King Harold has changed. Yeah, it's creepy. Bet it won't last long. Elbaph, 105 years ago. So we're moving forward 4 years. I wish to atone for all my countless crimes. What's gotten into you, Harold? I may be out of the country more often than I'd wish, but it is only to join hands with our neighbors and ask them to teach us their culture. If we learn from the rest of the world, we can make our land and lives richer. Yeah, but Dory and Broggy are still raising hell out there. They are good friends of mine, but they have always been eccentric. They're cordial with humankind and follow a code of honor. That's true. It doesn't hurt that they can fight, of course. If they pose too much of a threat to other nations, we may have to rein them in. Oh, Jarl and Yorl are over here in the corner. What do they have to say? What a turnabout. Boja. Meeting new people took him on a journey. Harold, no, Elbaph, is blessed with good luck. Okay. We're now at the point in the midsection of the flashback where things seem to be hunky-dory. Pages 10 and 11. How does this turn horrible? Oh, because I think around this time is when the remnants of the giant warrior pirates were about to get captured, and the whole thing with Mother Carmel is supposed to go down, right? For example, by sending diplomats back and forth, we can help deepen the ties and friendship between nations. I see. So we're taking hostages then. Don't say it like that. It means that countries can't get to be friends unless people in them are connected somehow. Elbaph, 81 years ago. Okay. I think, is this where Loki is born? Fisherman villain, Eastern Elbaph. The baby's been born. Congratulations, Harold. And Ida. Thank you all. Now Ida and I can... No, you are forbidden from marrying her. The royal line must remain pure of blood. Ah. Interesting. So is Harold the old... Is Haruden the older kid? I'm sorry, Ida. It galls me that it must come to this. This is just how the culture works. Can't get emotional and fight against it. You're always welcome in our village, Ida. As long as you live in the same country as Daddy, you'll be happy, right, Haruden? It is Haruden. So Ida is the soft and kind woman from another tribe that allowed Haruden to be born. It's all coming together now. This is your true betrothed, Harold. Estrid's blood is pure and ancient. She is the one worthy of being our queen. And we're seeing a bunch of shadowy figures whenever these voices come up. So whoever these people are pulling the strings from the background, I wonder why. I was born in the Brewers Village in the north, and I studied geomancy. I mean, I guess we're getting into the magic element, I guess. Elbaph Brewers Village. Prestigious daughter, Estrid. It is my fate to love you for the rest of my life. Forget all that. Forget all about that woman and child to the east. Oh, that's, no, I... Harold. This is actually moving at a pretty decent pace. I'm actually really enjoying the story so far. Good heavens, the spirit is escaping to the east. The spirit? What? Why is that in bold? Your good luck is getting away. We must close the windows at once. Huh? And that mirror. It's in the 5-star kill position. Destroy it at once. Oh, okay, we're getting into the geomancy nonsense. Okay. So it's like feng shui, I'm guessing. And that's the end of page 11. We're still in the flashback. I wonder if we'll finish the flashback this chapter. I know a lot of people are hoping that this flashback would last at least 2 to 4 chapters. I myself included hope that it would be at least 2. Granted, we got like a page and a half of it in the last chapter, so if it's already at this point longer than a chapter long. Top of page 12 This is Asla, the horse of good fortune. That horse looks angry. It's also bigger than giants, which makes me wonder where they got a horse this big. The ecology of One Piece is astounding. It's a gift from my clan. Perfect mount for you, King Harold. I have no doubt that this horse will bring you great luck. It's enormous. Why does it have 8 legs? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, why does it have 8 legs? Guards, bring all the jewels and gold in the treasury to my chambers. Oh, gosh. What is this lady up to? Whenever I hear something like that, I wasn't suspicious of you till this moment. Bring all the treasure and gold to my room. What are you gonna do with it there? It's just moving from one room to another room. This is gonna be some feng shui stuff. This is to ensure the fortunes of the wind and the earth are sent into His Majesty. What? This is some Gwyneth Paltrow stuff. This is some goop nonsense. Also inform the scullery maids that from this day forward, the king and I will be using the fine silver to eat all of our meals. Were they not doing that already? She just after luxury, says that one god in his thought bubble. Okay. About 70 years ago. What do you mean about? This is an Oda box. Why now the narrator's guessing when something takes place? In an era when the rigors of the sea made it difficult to maintain trade between islands, Elbaph's skill at navigation was the envy of other nations. There's a star to the north that never moves called the Pole Star. Oh, he's holding the ship as he's teaching people navigation. Oh, that's so cool. You said you met a mermaid, King Harold. Yes, I have at last. Fishmen, too. In the kingdom where those with fish blood live. Their king has a newborn heir named Neptune. Oh, Neptune as a child. Yeah, I guess he is about 70, huh? I always thought he was in his late 60s at oldest. All the creatures of the sea are not just mermaids and fishmen. We're engaged in a grand celebration that spanned the seafloor. Oh. Arist Castle, Elbaph, 63 years ago. So this is when Loki would have been born. While Harold was away from home, congratulations, my queen, it's a very healthy boy. His name is Loki. The king and I decided on it. Now show me my baby. Alrighty, that's the end of this page. We're gonna get a big spread panel next page to see what Loki looks like. Whoa! I can see why they call him the Cursed Prince. Actually, this is just me now realizing this just now. This is actually the first time we've ever seen Loki's eyes. He has black eyes with white irises. And like a slit down them. The doctor's freaking out. It's terrifying. Your Majesty, it's horrid. What is that thing? That's no son of mine. Please, Your Majesty, try to remain calm. Tell the kingdom that it was stillborn. You can't be serious. It's accursed. Just look at that baby. It's a monster. Prince of Elbaph grasped for the empty air, but no hands reached out to envelop his own. Oh, sad and depressing. I'll admit, it freaked me out at first, but it's still a baby at the end of the day. Granted, to me, it looks like a baby, because I'm looking at it as a big man staring at a tiny little monitor in his room in the corner of the, I guess, Bay Area of California. But, this is Loki we're talking about. He's probably bigger than the house I'm living in right now. This entire apartment complex is probably smaller than this kid was as a baby. But come on, somebody could have loved this child. He's got a face only a mother couldn't love. Stop, Your Majesty. He's the royal heir. The most unfortunate of all living creatures is the one whose very existence is denied by its mother in the moment of its birth. Thank you, narrator-san. Do you hear me? I bore no child. Do not tell a soul of this. What are you planning to do? I'm going back home. I never want to bear another child. Your Majesty, head guardsman. Down in the underworld. What about the underworld? Down in the underworld? What about the underworld? What's going on here? I'm confused. I guess we're going to find out on the what I assume is the last 2 pages, because 16 and 17 tend to be the last pages. Oh. So she chucked Loki into the underworld. And he's climbing his way back up. And that's where we end the chapter. But I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 panels left to read. So we got some big shots of the underworld. The Frozen. Queen Estrid fell ill. Get rid of the child. It was a prophecy before it was even born. Prophecy said that the King Herald would one day be killed by his own son. Who gave this prophecy? When did this happen? Did I skip a page? No? What prophecy? If you're gonna say there was a prophecy, show me the prophecy. Not that madness again. And while Harold was busy banging his head against the problem of national relations, the world government stepped in to block our path again. Why can't countries be free to decide for themselves? Hey, can I see the baby too? He's your brother. Also, Ida and Haruden. At least Haruden's getting brought up right. He's not your son, so he's not my brother. Aw, you're even sweet like that. I miss Ida already. Estrid was something else, though. She was crazy. Something about her was fishy. And she just kind of leaves. I wonder if she's still alive today. And also, we got to the end of this chapter without Ida dying. We got 1 panel left. All the misfortunes that would fall upon Elbaph would be known as Loki's curse. Okay. And this is how the story of the Cursed Prince came about. And that's where we end the chapter. Alrighty, let's talk about our chapter highlights, and then we'll move into chapter predictions. So, chapter highlights. Ida, hands down, Mother of the Year. Not even just Mother of the Year. Woman of the Year, Human of the Year, Giant of the Year, Person of the Year. Give her all the awards. You single-handedly changed the course of history just by showing a display of what kindness truly is. Looking out for your fellow man. Looking out for those who aren't even your fellow man. I can't think of a more outstanding person, a more generous person, or even a more altruistic person in the story. I guess maybe Queen Otohime, Saint Yozgard after he turned a new leaf, and that storyline was great. This is basically that. This is that, but on a huge scale, because we're talking about giants. We turned what would be a bratty teen into a generous person, just wishing to share and learn from the world. This is probably one of the most touching emotionally, and just like, it gives me hope. It gives me hope that someday we'll live in a world without racism, without xenophobia, a world where we all could just live together in harmony and learn from one another. Gives me hope for something like that in the future. Unfortunately, this is an Oda flashback, so it's going to get horrible and it's going to get depressing and it's all going to fall apart soon. Didn't happen this chapter, which means it's probably going to happen next chapter. If we're still going into the flashback the chapter after that, maybe it'll happen there. This is the predictions anyway. I predict we'll either wrap up this flashback next chapter, because we still haven't caught up to the present, and we still haven't caught up to how the world government got involved. It's starting to sound like once we get to the end of this chapter, they're starting to get involved. And I have a feeling Ida is gonna die by the end of this chapter. By the end of the next chapter, or maybe Estrid will die in the end of the next chapter, or both. That's where I feel like I'm leaning in terms of where this is going. We're starting to see the origin of the Cursed Prince. And we are now at the point of... What is this point? We're about 70 years in the past. So we still have about 70-ish years to get through. Well, I don't think I have much more to talk about this. If we were doing this live, maybe I would ramble on for another 6 to 10 minutes, but I won't waste your time. If you are looking for more content like this, I'm always going to try to do these reactions within 3 days of the chapter coming out. If I have time, I'll usually do it the day of. I ended up really busy on Sunday. I got invited to go somewhere with my roommate, so I wasn't here yesterday to actually record this when the chapter came out. And that ended up with me having like a huge crate of cards to sort through, which I spent most of today doing. And I can't even say most of today, because we started this stream at the end of today, which it's now 12:30 a.m., meaning it is now the 1st of July, and by the end of today, or by the time this video goes up, I will probably be playing Honkai Star Rail's 3.4 patch. So that's some content in the future. I kind of hoped to record and do a bunch of the side missions before that patch came out, but I never got around to that. But now I'm just kind of rambling at this point, and I'm wasting your time. Long story short, if you want to stay up to date on my content, the best way to keep in touch with me and know what I'm going to be doing and when I'm going to be doing it is to join the Discord. And if you would like to see more content like this, and especially if you would like to see it live, twitch.tv/sheetstreams is the place to go for that. The links to that will be in the description below, and I will see you all when I see you. So stay safe out there, and bye-bye.